Hi, I'm Gisele Lewis. I'm on the finance team. Within the finance team, I'm on PPP, which is payments, purchases, and payables. We're part of the accounting circle inside of finance, and I'm in the Regina office. Mm, Well, just one second. I got distracted by my son. My son just came into the room. Sorry, just one sec.
Of course, that's fine.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. They decided to come upstairs just right away.
Oh, that's okay.
As well. So there's part that does with are you hearing the noise in the background?
Yes, and I
Oh,
like it. I know it's driving you nuts, but I like it.
yes. So it has a lot to do with oh my God. Sorry.
We could actually just do this about being a parent on when we're having to work remotely too.
Hmm.
I think people are really fascinated with, and I know I'm fascinated with how challenging that is
Yeah,
to
quite.
to just for how people are having to do this double duty.
It
Let,
is
let,
quite challenging,
let,
actually.
I just want to ask about that. What is your day look like right now? Are you able to focus for times, or how does it work?
Most times I can. It depends on what the issue is for them at that moment. Sometimes the bigger brother gets tired of the little brother, so then it just takes away from that. Then you have to get up and figure something out fast so that you can continue to do stuff. So everything's done at my desk. I literally eat and do everything here, just trying to make sure I manage time and get everything done. So it's hard, but I still have to do it, right? You still have to make sure that you're being a parent to them and you're doing your work as well. Because my partner, he works out. He's not, well, lucky enough like myself to be working from home. He has to go out and work. So it's very challenging at times, but I'll try to make it work as best as I can.
How has Icumetrics been as an employer through this? Like, what's your experience been with Icumetrics?
It has been good. I will say it has been good. Like a lot of companies wouldn't allow you to do this, right? And there's time that you can go back to the office, but because of everything that's going on, the flexibility that we have makes it more it makes it more less stressful for me and more excited that okay, I can do this, I can do my job, and I can still be a parent to my children. So i I'm okay. I'm very appreciative of the support that we've gotten um throughout the pandemic with them, because they're home with me, and homeschooling before school was closed and all that was hard while working, but we made it work. And saying I'm grateful for my team as well, because anything that happens, we talk every single day, we discuss, because we all have children, and we what we can do to occupy their time. And so it has been really good, and my team has been a great support as well. So I'm definitely grateful for the help that Acumetrics has put through.
That's great to hear. I'm at a different life stage with my kids, and they don't want anything to do with me anyway. But I, it's been helpful just to know that I have support too.
You're right.
It's I'm I, I have my own gratitude that I'm not in uh, parents of young children's
Right.
shoes, but it's good to hear that it could be much worse,
Yeah,
and
it
it's
could have
good to
been way
hear.
much more. Yeah.
It's
So I'm
really
grateful.
good.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm just going to chop this up in some one way or another. I got to ask you the actual business questions, but I love this. We're going to put a bunch of this in there.
That is fine. I
Right?
I thought it would have been better to just like go out and start talking, but then they just came up all of a sudden, which is like, okay, they're here.
Oh, that's all.
Right,
I love it when I'm on a video conference and children come into the screen.
right. They do
It's
that to
just
me every single day when we have our daily meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you want me to ask you any other questions? Like,
You can
during,
ask because they're gone.
now that they're gone.
Yeah.
Um, uh, you were helping me and others, I think, see um, how finance is a really important engine behind a lot of this. And I know you're not asked to represent all of finance, but just even helping uh, us understand there's the accounting piece of it, and then I don't know what you even call those other pieces, like the tax and the planning
hmm
and stuff. Those are sort of more I don't know. Could you tell me what you describe those as?
Um, it's the accounting team is transactional based, so we kind of do the actuals. So anything that have actually happened, like bills that came in, and then tax and treasury basically is just basically tax, and we there is a lot between just the names though. There's different process of month end that every person has, right? So there's tax, we deal with anything that we have issues with. Like I was on a call earlier with Chris um Fiorante, I think I pronounced his name right. He is the head of the TTR, and basically I had issues where I'm the one that processed PSD, but we had some issues with their online, and I needed help. I needed help to make sure that we're doing the right transactions within their system. So to make sure that anything for audit, if we're going to get audited, anything that happens, that we have the information. So I needed help, and I reached out to him, and then he came on, and then we talked about it, and I told him my reasoning behind why I'm asking the questions, and then everything was fine. So for CRA, IRS, and they have the knowledge for that portion, which, but it also has a lot more to do with than just taxes. Um, from the budgeting side, um, FP&A, that's basically the forecast and budgeting team, and they meet up with teams, so external shareholders, stakeholders, and they talk about, okay, what do you think you're going to have for expenses, and they do their budgets and a forecast for that. Say, okay, this month we're going to have $20,000 in software, and when we do our actuals, the transactional team, which is the accounting team, they match the information. So at the end of the month, we all come together to make sure that all the information, that if something wasn't budgeted for, why wasn't it in the forecast, and it's discussed between the teams, like all the teams, like everyone has a part to play when it comes on to that part, to make sure that financials are accurate.
Or what do you have to be mindful of uh, when doing your work?
Um, external shareholders getting information on a timely manner when we need it. It's a big part of our jobs, because our team, we do a lot with producing the financials, and each aspect of our team goes together as one. So if we don't get something from external team or internal team on time to get it done, then we're not going to have timely financials. So it's quite complex because it all depends on um, what part of the job process we're doing, right,
Yeah,
during the month.
I hear you. I think a lot of people hear you, and my observation is that sometimes there's functional pieces of the work that are clearly really important, but they're indirect, and
Right.
so they're not necessary for you to survive that day, but they're clearly important. I I sort of want to just see if there's a pro tip in here of when you think of people that are actually good at it, that you find reliable,
hmm
are they doing something uh, to be reliable? To what can help a person be more consistent for you?
Um, I mean, I think a lot of people do not actually listen or read the emails. They just know it's coming out with the same information each and every month. And I think if they pay attention to that part of like, if you have any questions, reach out. I have no issues or no problem with answering any questions, no matter how small or dumb it may seem to a person. To me, it's not. It's like relevant. Like if you need something, then I can provide my input and say what it needs to be or what it should be or what it can be, right? So it's for people that are submit, like there's stuff that is off sometimes that we have to go back and ask questions about, but it's not like it's an issue like for allocations. We have to make sure that allocations are in properly. And if you put um for instance, for a training, somebody paid for a course on their card for somebody else, but it says 3 team members. It could be anybody. We need to know who those are so that it could be there, and for your lead or for the person above can know, okay, if this was for that person that month, they can always go back and have that for reference, right? And if you don't provide that information, we will not know, and then they're going to come back and ask for information and we don't have it because it wasn't provided to us. So things like that, like it's like asking questions. I think for efficiency, asking any amount of questions, email, Slack, whichever, I'm open to answering the questions and say, okay, this is why, so people understand. Like we've had um tips on the wiki. I still need to go in to the new wiki to make sure that everything's up to date with that. But other than that, it's there. The always are also there that we make this information. Like if you have any questions, you can always ask, and to come back to us or whichever. But with efficiency, it's just for that person to come out and just say, okay, I have this issue or I have this question. Where do I put this? Or we're here to answer any questions.
I hope this interview uh, at least helps show how approachable you are. It's good. It's good. Uh, so I want to thank you for this entire interview, and I think I want to make sure that you know that you are appreciated. You're often this indirect, thankless role that is an afterthought for way too many people, but there's also a recognition that it's a really critical engine that we're paying attention to our money and finances. I mean,
Hmm.
that's how it all works. But
Right.
that's the reason it all goes. But it's been really informative to get to see inside of that machine a little bit and to hear from you about your perspective and how your team does some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Good. I can help. Thank you.
Thanks.